You're not behind in life. All right, since I'm apparently Socrates now in my comment section, let's talk about something a lot of people feel, but don't say out loud. You feel like you're behind in life. Like somehow everyone else is moving forward and you're stuck in the same place. And the more you think about it, it feels worse. You start noticing things. People your age doing something with their life, making money, building something, figuring things out, and you're just watching it all happen. And it makes you question yourself, like, what am I doing here? Why am I not there yet? And the feeling, it builds up over time. And you don't say it out loud, but it sits in your head. But here's the truth, you're not behind. You just think you are, because you're comparing your life to people you don't fully understand. And that comparison is not even fair. Especially now with social media, you're exposed to so many lives at once. You scroll for a few moments and see someone winning, someone achieving something better, someone doing better over and over and over again, to where it starts to feel like everyone's ahead of you. But what you're seeing isn't their life. It's what they chose to show you. You don't see the confusion, the doubt, the failures, the pressure. You see the result, not the process, and you're comparing that to your everyday life. You see someone successful, but you don't see how long it took. You see someone confident, but you don't see how insecure they used to be. You see someone happy, but you don't see what they're dealing with behind the scenes. And then you look at yourself and feel like you're falling behind. And the truth is, most people don't have it all figured out. No one does. I don't have it all figured out. Your mom doesn't have it all figured out. Your dad doesn't have it all figured out. No one does. They're just moving, trying things, making mistakes, and figuring out as they go. Some people look ahead, but some feel lost inside. Some people look like they're winning, but are dealing with things they wouldn't even want. You're not behind. You're just seeing the things from the outside. And the problem isn't your life. It's how you're measuring it. You're using someone else's timeline to judge your own progress. But your life was never supposed to follow theirs. Think about it like this. Everyone starts from a place, different environment, different mindset, different opportunities. So how could there be possibly one timeline that works for everyone? There can't be. The idea that you're behind only exists because you're comparing. If you were the one person in the world, you would never feel behind. You'd just be living, learning, growing, experiencing things at your own pace. And I've had those thoughts too, thinking I should be doing more, being further ahead and having things figured out already. But if you really think about it, that pressure doesn't come from reality, it comes from comparison. And the more you compare, the more you start to feel like you're not enough, like you're falling short, like you're wasting time. Even when you're actually growing, just not in a way that's visible yet. And that's the part people don't understand. Growth isn't obvious. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's like nothing even happened, when in reality everything is changing slowly. So here's what you need to understand. First, there is no timeline you're supposed to follow. The idea, it's made up, it's all in your head. Second, stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Like, you know their story, so stop measuring yourself against it. Third, focus on your direction, not your speed. Going fast doesn't matter if you're not going where you actually want to go. Fourth, be okay with feeling lost sometimes. That doesn't mean you're behind, it means you're figuring things out. Fifth, recognize your own progress, even if it's small, even if no one else sees it, because it still counts at the end of the day. Feeling behind doesn't mean you are behind. It just means you're looking at your life through someone else's perspective. So stop looking around so much. Stop measuring your life against people you don't fully understand and start focusing on your own path. Like me, I'd always see on Instagram other people from my school always going out and hanging out. And that's something I always wanted. But now, looking back on it, it was only showing that small percentage of their hangouts. 95% of the time they were at home, 95% of the time they were at school only hanging out. And I always thought high school was going out to parties, always hanging out with your friends. It's not like that. It is for some people, yeah, but for me specifically, it wasn't. And I always tried to compare myself to that, wanting that kind of experience in high school. And never having that kind of had me down until I realized that that's their life, not mine, and that I can't replicate something else to fit that and fill that hole when it's never gonna really fill that when I get that experience. So at the end of the day, make your own experiences and don't compare your life to others. Follow your own path and have your own wants, have your own perception of reality, and don't keep chasing other people's experiences. Because like when I was a kid, I think other people can kind of relate to this. is that everybody wanted to be YouTubers, and people would upload and want to live that life as of the YouTubers. And looking back on that now, that would never happen for most of us who never put out and tried or have the same exact experience as they did. And we would always pretend and try to act like them and be like them. Yeah, it made us happy as kids because we looked up to them, but now when we're adults, even teenagers, and we're trying to fill this false reality, it sucks to feel like that way, because you're gonna realize you can never have it that way. So the best case scenario you could do is make your own experiences, make your own life, instead of trying to fabricate it and fit it like this social media influencer, or try to act like you're rich and famous to portray to other people that you are that way. So live your life to your truest self. Don't try, like, getting off topic here, don't try and chase an experience or a life that you don't want just to make yourself look like a specific type of person, like trying to look rich, trying to look wealthy, trying to look like a fashion designer, trying to look like a musician, when you're really not that at all, and you're just pertaining to a certain demographic or a certain group because you want to feel fitted in and feel like you're a part of that group when you're really not, and you're really not happy at the end of the day. So the moral of the story, or the moral of this video, is stay true to yourself and don't try to look at other people's lives and compare yourself to it, because then it makes you feel like you're behind in life, makes you feel like you're not doing enough, and makes your self-worth lower because you're constantly comparing yourself to other people. So no one is really behind in life if you're trying. If you're really trying and you're going out there, you're working, you're doing your job, you have a career, you have a path, then that's the only path you need to worry about, instead of looking at other people and then feeling like you're behind. And I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but it's true. But ending this off with a good note, start focusing on your own path, your own pace, and your own life. But all right, guys, see you guys later.